Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is something new. It's a new addition to my channel called Plancast. So I don't really feel ready to start a full-on podcast, so I thought I would make a short podcast every Saturday where I either draw or plan and chat about my week or a certain topic, and I'll see where it goes from there. So like the Drawcast is called Drawcast and Plancast is Plancast. So I don't really have a good name for it yet, but we're just gonna see where it goes. I plan to alternate between the two of them like every other week. So first up here is a plan cast for the week. So I also have this lovely video of me doing some planning, so I'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, this bullet journal spread that I'm doing is kind of using this nice sort of coral color and this turquoise and a light pink. So I'm also just going to say right away that I'm not super duper neat and pretty with my planning, like a lot of people are on YouTube, but that's fine. This is just what's worked for me, and it's really colorful and fun, and I love using my Crayola markers whenever I am doing this. So let's see. So first I'm just kind of writing out the months, or the dates, I guess, and going in and adding in some squares for each day of the week, and then I'm eventually going to add in the different dates. So that's enough about that. Let's just jump in to what's been going on. So this past week has been very productive actually for me. I scheduled a call with an alumna from Trinity, and we talked about design and working in just kind of the general field of design. She's a product designer, but I'm wanting to do visual or graphic design, and I got a lot of really good advice from her. In each of my podcasts that I'm doing, I want to share something new that I learned for the week. And so this actually came from this call that I had with her. And it's that whenever you're applying to jobs, it's a really good idea to have a robot resume and a pretty resume. So I currently only have a pretty resume, and whenever you're applying to all of that stuff on LinkedIn and through other recruiting sites, it's really difficult to get your foot in the door if you just have a pretty resume, because a lot of recruiters will just send it through a machine, sort of a robot, and they will just judge you based off of the keywords that they find in there. So basically what she suggested is to have your robot resume, which can get through these scanners, that has a lot of keywords. It's not super pretty, but it's just a lot of content. And then if a recruiter actually reaches out to you, it's a good idea to chat with them, say thank you for your time, and then then offer your pretty resume up to the hiring manager. So I thought that was a really good tip, something good that I learned, and I need to get started on doing that resume, my robot resume. So yeah, and that went really well, just the call in general. And that's another thing I want to share is that if you are a recent grad, or if you are looking for an internship or just advice about your career, right now is such a good time to reach out to people that are alumni at your school, that that are working in a field that you're interested in, and just ask for like 30 minutes of their time, or maybe even an hour, because people aren't really going to work right now, and so they're not commuting to work. So despite them still having their jobs, obviously they may have a little bit extra time to talk with you. And we're all just trying out here. Especially recent grads, it's really difficult to find a job right now. So what I'm trying to do personally is to just try and have conversations with people and learn and listen, and still apply for jobs actively and keep trying and getting suggestions of places to apply. But I think the important thing that I'm doing right now is listening. So that was good. I ended up applying to somewhere that she suggested, and we'll wait and see what they say. But from that, I also learned a little bit more about writing a cover letter, not just from our conversation, but I kind of have been going out of my way recently to write the dreaded cover letter, which I hate doing so much. It's probably my least favorite part of all of the application process, which I feel like I'm not alone in saying that. It just really, it sucks. Having to write this very good little mini essay about myself and my experience and what it taught me and how that would make me a great candidate for the job. And all of this is really frustrating too, because it's like, what if they don't even read it? And I spent so long working on it. So I'm just, but this job that she suggested that I look at seemed like, it was not a waste of time to write a really nice cover letter about it. So I put in a lot of effort, and I actually enjoyed the process more, and I kind of figured out a little bit more about writing a cover letter. So this next week, one of my things that I would like to do is actually to go through all of my internship and work experiences and write down what I learned from each of them, and write, what it taught me and how it could be applicable to different jobs in design or social media or other things like that. So that was my last week. And then yesterday I spent a lot of time doing more YouTube stuff just because I was kind of down. And I didn't really have the brain power to do anything analytical. So I did that. What else have I been up to? Oh, exciting news. I deleted Instagram the other day for the first time because I wanted to, and not just because I thought that I needed to, which is something I have been working towards. I know this might not make a ton of sense. Basically, my brain loves the dopamine hit of interaction on social media. I feel like I don't really have a lot of issues maybe with like body image that come up a lot with social media, which I'm really thankful for. But my challenge is just, the constant posts that you see in your feed, and like getting likes and commenting on people's stories and getting responses. Like that just makes my brain loves it. But unfortunately, it's not, the most sustainable and positive way of, receiving your dopamine. And I have been for like the past 2 years, honestly, trying to really not restrict, but just limit my social media use. I read a book called Irresistible by Adam Alter. That really changed my perception on social media and how much I was using it. And honestly, I kind of flew off the handle, especially in the past few months with my social media usage, because for a long time during quarantine and everything, it was a really good way of me connecting with my friends. I actually found it to be a very positive part of my life instead of something that was draining. But in the last few weeks, I've just felt more exhausted by it, and I went through and deleted a lot of people, or unfollowed a lot of people. Nicole Raffi made a video about this. She talked about it in her podcast, but she basically gave the advice of, if it would be weird for you to wish them happy birthday, then think about unfollowing them, or think about if you really care about them, which might not sound great, but there are those people that you went to high school with, and they just maybe they sat next to you in class, but you never really talked to them, and you don't really care what's going on in their life, then just unfollow them. And by doing that, I kind of removed a ton of content from my feed. So now it's basically stuff coming from people I care about and who I would wish happy birthday to. And it's also, as well, a lot of art posts, which is great. And so I'm a lot happier with my feed now. But because I don't have as much of that random content from random people from high school, my feed is just sort of less exciting. And I don't know, I just have been using social media too much, I think, over the past few months, and it just kind of got to me. So Instagram has been deleted for now. I plan to go back, of course, probably in the next few days, but I just thought that was interesting to note that I just took a pause from it, and it was because I wanted to, not because I was forcing myself to, which is how most of my Instagram breaks have been in the past. So, yeah, I think I'm excited to just see how that changes me, maybe, I guess, next week and beyond, maybe. I don't know how frequently I will re-download the app or keep it on my phone, but I think that this seems like a good step in the direction of having a healthier relationship with social media. So, but I kept Snapchat because Snapchat to me is just this weird place of only like my friends, where I communicate with them and stuff. And I really like Snapchat. I wish that more people used it again and it kind of could get back to where it was before. But maybe that's a good thing that it's not exactly like Instagram, even though Instagram completely ripped it off. But that it is its own thing. So yeah. What else is going on? But this, I guess I'll talk about this week ahead. On Saturday, which isn't featured in this planner, I have a call with my sorority alumni association, which is really fun. I'm excited to finally be brought into the alumni space, so I'm excited to have a Zoom call with them. And then I also would like to get a lot of YouTube stuff done. Since I'm especially doing this new podcast, I need to get a lot of work done on that and get ahead on some videos, because I will be out of town in a few weeks for an extended period of time. So I need to get ahead on stuff. And I also have some freelance work to do that I'm excited to work on today and into next week. So yeah, that's what's going on with me next week. This time really flew, but thank you so much for listening to this first plan cast. Look forward to a draw cast on next Saturday, and look forward to a video on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.